a nation that continues to astonish the entire world. Japan sits precariously on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a sprawling archipelago of 6 Arc-852 islands home to over 123 million people. Yet, incredibly, 97% of that massive population is crammed onto just the 4 main islands. This is a land of volatility, boasting over 1110 active volcanoes, including the sacred national symbol, Mount Fuji. It is the 11th most populous country on Earth, yet it faces a paradoxical crisis of a shrinking birth rate. Japan is a place where Western logic can simply cease to exist. It is a land where crowds queue in total silence during earthquakes, where people apologize if you bump into them, and where the workforce includes some of the most bizarre professions known to man. Join us as we explore 15 astonishing facts about Japan in today's travel documentary. First, a warning for the ink traveler. If you have tattoos, cover up before you dip in. In traditional Japanese culture, body art is still often taboo, associated with criminality. To keep the peace, many onsen hot springs strictly require guests to conceal their ink. But the rules go deeper. Step onto a subway or bus and the silence is deafening. No loud chatter, no phone calls, and absolutely no unnecessary noise. For Westerners used to boisterous commutes, the library-like atmosphere of a Tokyo train can be a genuine culture shock. Even vices are regulated, smoking is restricted to designated smokers' corners, and lighting up on the street can land you an instant fine. And perhaps the biggest shock for American tourists: do not tip. Service is performed with pride and perfection. Offering extra money is often seen as an insult, not a reward. And a final tip for business travelers: never hand over a card with one hand. Use two. It's a subtle gesture, but in Japan, it is the ultimate sign of respect. If you think public transport just means finding a spot to stand, Japan is about to rewrite your reality. In the mega stations of Tokyo and Shinjuku, you will witness a profession that exists nowhere else on the planet. Meet the Oshiya, the passenger pushers. Their job description is exactly what it sounds like. They physically shove commuters into the train cars to ensure the doors can close. It sounds aggressive, but it is executed with surgical professionalism. These workers, often wearing pristine white gloves, are trained to apply pressure safely to the shoulders or back, ensuring no one gets hurt while packing the carriage to 200% capacity. Why? Because in Japan, the schedule is God. Rush hour is a war against the clock, and ensuring a train leaves exactly on the second is a matter of national pride. If you brave the subway at 8 a.m., prepare for a polite, professional, and very firm push. Loving these facts? Please click subscribe to support our channel. Can you imagine paying $30 just to step into a pastel-colored dimension where a waitress greets you as master or princess? Welcome to the neon-lit districts of Akihabara and Shinjuku, where the lines between service and roleplay blur completely. Maid Cafes are one of Japan's most charmingly bizarre exports. You aren't just paying for coffee, you are paying for a performance. Staff in frilly Victorian outfits will cast magic spells on your food to make it delicious, draw cute animals on your latte, and treat you with an exaggerated reverence that borders on the surreal. It is the ultimate escape, a place where cuteness is a commodity. However, look past the sparkles, and you realize the immense pressure these performers face. Maintaining a facade of eternal happiness and managing the complex expectations of devoted fans requires a level of emotional labor that is anything but a game. Erase the image of snowy peaks for a moment. Japan hides tropical secrets that often blindside Western travelers. A mere 3-hour flight from Tokyo lands you in Okinawa, the Hawaii of Japan. Here, beaches like Yonohama-Ehama offer water so transparent it looks like liquid glass. But a word to the wise, the UV index here is unforgiving. So unless you want a severe burn, sun protection is non-negotiable. For a mix of fire and water, head to Shirahama near Osaka. Here, you can lounge on white quartz sand and then step directly into an ancient open-air hot spring by the ocean, a luxury unique to this archipelago. But the biggest visual glitch? The Tottori sand dunes. It looks like a miniature Sahara dropped into the Pacific. Riding a camel across golden dunes while smelling the sea salt is a sensory contradiction you have to experience to believe. Just remember, in summer, that sand gets hot enough to burn bare feet. If you are enjoying this journey, please click subscribe. Japan doesn't just host festivals, it engineers living masterpieces. The calendar is a cycle of breathtaking rituals, starting in spring with Hanami. This isn't just a picnic, it is a national obsession. When the cherry blossoms erupt in a wave of pink, millions gather to celebrate the fleeting nature of beauty, partying under the falling petals in a tradition centuries old. As the humidity rises, Kyoto answers with the Gion Matsuri. Imagine mobile museums, massive wooden floats weighing tons, towering over the crowds, pulled by hand through narrow streets just as they were in the 9th century. And when the deep freeze hits the north, Hokkaido turns the cold into art. The Sapporo Snow Festival transforms the city into a frozen dreamscape, where hundreds of massive ice sculptures are illuminated against the night sky. turning a harsh winter into a fairy tale. When the sun sets, the land of the rising sun transforms into a cyberpunk dreamscape you have to see to believe. It starts at Shibuya Crossing. Imagine 2,500 people flooding a single intersection simultaneously, a tide of humanity under giant LED screens. It is chaotic, yet strangely, it works with flawless precision. Dive into the back streets, and you find the izakaya, cramped, smoky pubs filled with the smell of yakitori and the roar of kenpai. This is the true heartbeat of Tokyo after hours. And when the alcohol hits, the Japanese don't sing in front of strangers at a bar. They retreat to karaoke boxes, private soundproof sanctuaries where you can scream like a rock star without judgment. It is the nation's ultimate stress therapy. Then there's Kabukicho, the red light district that is surprisingly safe, and the time warp of Golden Gai, a maze of over 200 tiny bars, some seating only 5 people, preserving the atmosphere of 1950s Tokyo in amber. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying the video. Social dynamics in Japan operate on a frequency that often baffles outsiders. In the corporate world, you might still hear the Kawaii voice, a higher pitch adopted by some female employees to appear softer and less threatening, a remnant of traditional gender expectations. Yet, at home, the power dynamic often flips. In many traditional households, the husband hands over his entire paycheck to his wife, making her the absolute minister of finance who dispenses his daily allowance. Dating follows its own script too. The Western concept of a high-pressure one-on-one first date is often replaced by the gukan, a structured group blind date. It's a safer, more relaxed environment where friends mix with friends, removing the awkward silence and letting connections form organically over shared drinks. Welcome to a country where the scenery demands worship. Dominating the horizon is Mount Fuji. Standing over 12,000 feet, this dormant volcano is so perfectly symmetrical, it looks computer-generated. Catching the sunrise from its peak is a spiritual pilgrimage known as Goraiko. At the giant's feet lies Lake Kawaguchi, where on a calm day, the mountain is reflected in a perfect mirror image. Visit during cherry blossom season, and the combination of pink petals, blue water, and the white-capped peak is almost too beautiful to be real. Travel west, and the magic continues at Itsukushima Shrine. Here, the famous red Torai Gate appears to float on the ocean surface during high tide, a boundary between the human and spirit worlds. And to end the journey, retreat to Hakone, where you can soak in a steaming hot spring while gazing at Fuji in the distance. Forget the image of the frantic salaryman. A quieter revolution is happening among young Japanese women. Van life has arrived, but with a uniquely pragmatic twist. Driven by astronomical rent prices in major cities, a growing demographic is trading apartments for compact RVs. It isn't just about travel, it's a survival strategy. These modern nomads utilize Japan's safe parking infrastructure, shower at public bathhouses, and master the art of the 9 p.m. supermarket sweep, waiting for fresh food prices to drop before closing. One resident revealed that this lifestyle slashed her living costs by 30%, freeing up cash for fashion, socializing, and dating. Seeing a young woman hand-brewing coffee in a camper van by the beach isn't just an Instagram aesthetic, it's a glimpse into a shifting economic reality. If you're enjoying this journey, please click subscribe. Imagine sliding into a high-tech cocoon, barely larger than a coffin. This is the Capsule Hotel, the ultimate architectural symbol of Japan's obsession with space efficiency. Inside a pod measuring just 2 meters by 1, you find a surprising amount of civilization, dimmable ambient lighting, flat-screen entertainment, and high-speed Wi-Fi, all within arm's reach. At $25 to $40 a night, it is an unbeatable bargain in the notoriously expensive capital. It works like a well-oiled machine. Shoes off, luggage in a locker, body in the pod. But the concept is evolving. We are now seeing luxury capsules, futuristic sleeping boxes equipped with memory foam, soundproof shutters, and air purifiers that rival 5-star hotels. Comment 5 below if you want us to film a full review of these luxury pods. Japan is famous for Honda, Sony, and bullet trains, but hidden in plain sight is another industrial giant, the adult entertainment industry. While conservative in public, Japan operates a massive publicly regulated pink sector that generates an estimated $20 billion annually. The sheer volume is staggering. Over 20,000 new titles are released every single year, an output that dwarfs Hollywood. But what truly shocks Westerners is the corporate sterility of it all. This isn't a shady underground operation, it runs with the efficiency of a Toyota factory. Studios operate with strict compliance manuals, transparent contracts, and labor unions. It is a controversial yet undeniably powerful engine of the modern Japanese economy, professional, regulated, and massive. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. Japanese cuisine strikes visitors with a philosophy that feels almost religious. Honor the ingredient. This is best understood through sashimi. Forget heavy marinades or overpowering spices. Here, it is about a razor-sharp knife, a master's touch, and fish so fresh it tastes of the deep ocean. When a slice of premium fatty tuna melts on your tongue, you are tasting the definition of purity. But the real secret is invisible. It's called dashi, distilled from dried kelp and smoked fish flakes. This golden broth is the hidden backbone of Japanese cooking, the umami bomb that ties everything together. And from this base, we get ramen. Do not confuse this with the instant cup noodles of your college days. In Japan, ramen is soul food. Born from the scarcity of the post-war era, it has evolved into a high art. Whether it is the rich, creamy tonkotsu of Hakata or the clear, soy-based broth of Tokyo, every bowl represents hours of simmering passion. It is comfort, complexity, and history in a single slurp. Ask any Western traveler about Japan, and they will say it's too expensive. The surprise? They are wrong. Or rather, the value proposition is completely different. Yes, a hotel in Tokyo might start at $150 a night, but in exchange, you get a level of clinical cleanliness, absolute safety, and convenience that is unheard of elsewhere. And if you want to slash that budget, just hop on a train. Go to Osaka or Fukuoka, and watch your costs drop by 30% instantly without sacrificing quality. The real shocker is the food. You can eat like a king on a pauper's budget. A world-class bowl of ramen is often under $10. A fresh konbini bento box is $5. Even mid-range dining is comparable to or cheaper than the US. Loving these facts? Please click subscribe to support our channel. For many Western travelers, the biggest fear is the bureaucracy. But here's the good news. The Japanese border is surprisingly welcoming. If you hold a passport from the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, or most of Europe, the red tape essentially vanishes. You are granted a 90-day visa exemption upon arrival. For these lucky travelers, Japan is one of the most accessible destinations in Asia. We have saved the most bizarre, the most fascinating, and the most culturally deep secrets for last. Here are 5 final, secret facts about Japan that most travel guides completely miss. In most parts of the world, a vending machine is a desperate last resort, a place to get a stale candy bar or a lukewarm soda. In Japan, they are the lifeblood of the streets. The country is home to over 4 million active vending machines. That is one machine for every 23 people, the highest density on the planet. But it isn't just the numbers that will shock you. It is the technology and variety. These machines are marvels of engineering. In the dead of winter, a blue light indicates a cold drink, while a red light offers piping hot coffee, corn soup, or sweet red bean tea, all from the same machine. You can find machines selling fresh eggs in the countryside, surgical masks in the city, flying fish soup stock, and even alcohol and beer right on the street corner. Perhaps most astonishing of all is their condition. In Japan, these machines are almost never vandalized or broken into. They stand pristine and working, even in the darkest alleyways, a silent testament to the incredible safety and honesty of Japanese society. If you walk into a Japanese elementary or high school, you will notice something missing: the janitorial staff. There are no cleaners to pick up after the children. Why? Because in Japan, the children do it themselves. This tradition is known as oshoji. Every single day, time is set aside for students to scrub the floors, clean the chalkboards, and even sanitize the toilets. It might sound like forced labor to a Western parent, but in Japan, it is considered a vital part of education. The philosophy is simple. If you use a space, you are responsible for it. It teaches humility, teamwork, and a profound respect for the community. This training starts as early as age 6. During lunch, students even don white aprons and serve meals to their classmates, then clean up the dishes afterward. It is a powerful cultural lesson that creates adults who wouldn't dream of leaving trash in a public park or graffiti on a wall. In the West, if your boss catches you sleeping at your desk, you might be packing up your things by noon. In Japan, however, falling asleep on the job is not always a sign of laziness. In fact, it can be seen as a badge of honor. This unique phenomenon is called inamuri, which translates beautifully to sleeping while present. The cultural logic here is fascinating. If a salaryman drifts off during a long meeting or while sitting upright at his computer, it is often interpreted as proof of his dedication. The assumption is that he has been working so hard, sacrificing so much sleep for the company, that his body simply shut down. As long as you remain upright and don't curl up under the desk, society tolerates it. It is a strange paradox. A country known for intense overwork has created a social loophole that allows you to nap in public, on trains, and even in parliament, all without losing your dignity. Christmas in Japan is a baffling experience for Westerners. It is not a national holiday. And with less than 1% of the population being Christian, it has no religious roots there. Yet, every December 24th, millions of Japanese families sit down for the exact same traditional meal, a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. This tradition is so powerful that families have to order their party barrels weeks or even months in advance. If you try to walk into a KFC on Christmas Eve without a reservation, you will face a line wrapping around the block. It all started in 1974 with a marketing campaign called Kentucky for Christmas. Since turkey is almost impossible to find in Japan, KFC pitched fried chicken as the Western holiday standard. The campaign was a stroke of genius that permanently rewrote the culture. Today, for millions of Japanese people, the face of Christmas isn't Santa Claus, it's Colonel Sanders. If you decide to rent a car and drive through the neon streets of Tokyo, you might notice something that makes you question your eyesight. The go signal on traffic lights isn't green, it is a distinct turquoise blue. This isn't a manufacturing error, it is a linguistic one that became reality. For centuries, the Japanese language used the same word, AO, to describe both blue and green. There was no distinction. When modern traffic laws were introduced, international standards required green lights. Japan was stuck between global rules and its own language. The government's solution was uniquely Japanese. They engineered the green light to be the bluest shade of green scientifically possible. This allows them to satisfy international law while still calling it AO blue. So when you're behind the wheel in Japan, remember the rule: stop on red, but go on blue. Japan is currently facing a phenomenon that is changing the country forever. It is called Kanko Kogai, or tourism pollution. For decades, Japan was a somewhat distant dream for many Westerners, but in the last few years, the floodgates have opened. Driven by a historically weak yen, Japan has suddenly become the most affordable developed nation on Earth. What was once an expensive luxury trip is now cheaper than a week in London or New York. The data tells an explosive story. In 2010, Japan welcomed around 8 million visitors. Fast forward to the post-pandemic era, and those numbers have shattered records, surging past 3 million visitors per month. That is over 30 million people a year descending on a country that prides itself on quiet order. While this is an economic miracle for the government, for the locals, it has become a daily nightmare. The infrastructure in ancient cities like Kyoto simply wasn't built for this. Buses are so packed that elderly residents can't get to the grocery store. Quiet shrines have turned into noisy Instagram backdrops. The famous geisha district of Jian recently had to ban tourists from private alleyways, threatening fines for those who treat the residents like theme park characters. The tension reached a breaking point in the town of Fujikawa Guchiko. A simple convenience store became so viral on social media for its view of Mount Fuji that thousands of tourists blocked traffic and littered daily just to get the perfect photo. The town's solution? They built a massive black mesh barrier to physically block the view of the mountain. It was a desperate symbolic move that sent a clear message to the world: Japan wants you to visit, but not at the cost of its soul. So what does this mean for you? It means that visiting Japan today comes with a responsibility. The country is still astonishingly welcoming, but the Western logic of doing whatever you want, wherever you want no longer flies. If you go, venture beyond the golden route of Tokyo and Kyoto, explore the hidden villages of the north, the islands of the south, or the mountains of the west. Support local businesses, follow the rules of silence, and remember that you are a guest in someone else's home. Japan is a gift to the world. It is up to us to make sure we don't break it. From the neon lights of Shinjuku to the silent discipline of the dojo, and now to the complex reality of its tourism boom, we have covered the full spectrum of this incredible nation. Japan is complicated, beautiful, and ever-changing. We hope this documentary hasn't just shown you the sights, but prepared you for the reality of the journey. If you are ready to be a respectful traveler and explore the world with us, please click that subscribe button right now. We have more deep dives coming soon that you won't want to miss. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. If this journey sparked your wanderlust and gave you a new perspective on the land of the rising sun, please consider joining our community. We are preparing to explore even more hidden corners of the globe in our upcoming series, and you won't want to miss where we go next. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you never miss a departure, and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new today. Remember, the world is wide and adventure is waiting just a flight away. Thank you for watching and safe travels. Click the subscribe button to see our new videos. We will see you in the next adventure.